Hey guys, welcome back to the vlog. Today's vlog is going to be relatively short because I'm going to be talking about something that predominates most of our lives, something that we try to avoid but we can't. Sometimes some people can't handle it, some people need it in their lives, and some people thrive off of it. I'm going to be talking about stress. So according to Merriam-Webster, stress is a physical, chemical, or emotional factor that causes bodily or mental tension that may be a factor in disease causation. So not only does it affect us physically, it also affects us mentally. And I think too much stress in our lives is extremely detrimental to our mental health, and that's something I make a priority in my life. I know many people who make it a priority in their life to have a healthy mental health, and I say, go for it. I think having a healthy mental health is so important. It helps you work more efficiently, it puts you in a better mood, it allows you to feel more like yourself. So in part of stress, some people can't find ways to ease their stress, or some people feel like they just need to always be under stress because they don't have time to not be stressed because they have so many things to do in their lives, as far as academic career, professional career, or even worrying about things like family, work, money, and stuff like that. So I think building healthy habits for stress early in your life is super important, and it goes a very long way because those are practices you could use later on in your life. Some people feel guilty about taking time off or taking a break when they have a lot of work to do or when they have too much stress, because they feel like if they take time off and they don't do as well as they should, then they attribute that failure to that time off. And that's not the correlation there. The correlation is the fact that you should take time off so that you can become more efficient. And I feel a lot of people don't see that balance in their lives, and they end up overstressing. And overstressing is just a road you don't want to go down. So me personally, I like to run, work out, go mountain biking. I like to do a lot of physical activities that allows me to just take my mind off whatever I'm doing and exert that stress into something physical. Also, I dabble into my photography, my videography. I play the guitar sometimes, and truthfully, I play video games because it helps me ease my mind and helps me take the stress off. Because I play with my friends, it takes my mind off like anything that I'm stressing about, and it helps in general. And so in this video, I kind of want to give a few examples of ways that could help you de-stress, and I have them here written on my laptop. And so some ways to combat stress, or some ways to develop healthy habits when it comes to stress, because there's millions of ways to kind of cope with stress, but there's some unhealthy ones and there's also some healthy ones. So the more healthy ones are ones I'm going to be writing about in this or talking about in this video. So for the first one I have is exercise. I think exercise is a great way to start when it comes to dealing with stress. It definitely takes the stress away because you're exerting your body, you're exerting force off of yourself to make sure you feel so that your body feels relieved. And that's the reason why I go work out and lift weights. Yoga is an amazing way to also help with stress. It helps you ease your mind. Some people like it in a more spiritual way because it kind of helps them, ease their spirit as well. And, for those of you who are into that, go ahead and do it. I think that it works wonders. Personally, I think it also helps me with, my body in terms of how I'm feeling, if I'm feeling overly stressed or not. Being stressed allows you to find new hobbies to do. A lot of people don't seem to have hobbies sometimes because they feel like their work and their academic career overpowers anything else that goes on to their lives. And I think that's not a well and healthy, balanced life to have. I think you need to have a balance of work and things that you like to do, so that way you could take your mind off that work. And again, I feel like there's a really large disconnect in many people in this field of medicine in general that have that, because they feel like if they're not paying attention to their work 24/7 and they fail, again, they attribute their failure to not doing their work, which again, there's no correlation for that. I think a lot of people do worse when they stress too much and they think about the stuff that they have to do all the time. They're constantly worrying, constantly thinking, and they don't have time to even take time off of what they're thinking of. Another good hobby to start, and I started doing this actually now recently, is cooking. Cooking is actually really fun. it allows you to use your creativity in food, and I love food, so I like to do certain things that kind of go off the path of what most recipes do, and I like to experiment, and it allows me to kind of distress again because I'm taking my mind off something and I'm focusing on something else. Spending time with family and friends is a very important thing too. Watching a TV show. Recently I started watching New Girl, super funny, highly recommend. Listening to music is another thing I do, and I think most people actually listen to music. Go for a car ride, listen to some music. Go for a jog, listen to some music. Walk around your house, listen to some music. It helps a lot. And I think one of the most underrated techniques of coping with stress, taking a breath. Simply just stop whatever you're doing, close your eyes, and take a few deep breaths. And honestly, it works a lot. It helps, and it works wonders. So I think coping with stress is in a very, very important aspect of any academic or professional career, because stress can take over your life. And once stress takes over your life, other things can happen, depression, anxiety, and these are more extreme cases, but they can happen, and I've seen them happen. So the reason why I wanted to make this video is because although, I am going to be talking about, and I have talked about, my research, my MCAT, my current process in med school, I think one of the biggest things that people seem to miss is the fact that it is a stressful path. It is a stressful, life to live as far as a aspiring medical student, or even, whatever type of graduate student you are, because work just piles on and the work gets harder and it gets more dense. So again, having these coping mechanisms are extremely important, and I encourage you guys to find ways to cope with stress and try to find it as early as possible. And this is why I'm making videos, so that for those of you who are watching that are in high school, for those that are in their early years of college, they could use these techniques to use later on in their academic and professional career, so that they could use it. So if you have any questions as far as ways to ease your stress, or ways to really kind of help with you not feeling guilty about the fact that you need to take some time off to help with stress and help with your work efficiency, send me a DM, send me a comment, anything. Reach out to me and I'll definitely help you go through that. I've helped so many people with stress and dealing with stress in my academic career, and many people have helped me. I used to be a very tightly wound person, in the sense where I used to only think about work and school and anything that has to do with such. And now I'm more laid back in that sense. I do focus when I need to focus, but when I need to take time off for my own mental health, I for sure take that time off. So thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, like the video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.